Hello, this time I wanted to do a sharpening of my absolute favorite EDC fixed blade, and I thought it would be maybe interesting to see the TSPROF fixed angle system in use. This is not going to be a review or in-depth showing of the workings of the system, just a quick sharpening of this, my absolute favorite fixed blade that was gifted to me by family members. But it is a, you can see here, we could let me see. It's a TRC. It's called it's the XS Splinter. It's this one, and it is for me the perfect size. It's a small fixed blade in a good Kydex sheet with a belt loop on the side here, which means it rides rather high actually. Then you have the belt going through here, and it's just perfect for me as a discreet EDC carry. And the blade is full ground. You see here, it's a full height ground knife, and it's a perfect slicing blade for EDC use. So first of all, I'm gonna just mount this in the clamp, and I will be blocking the camera a little bit when I do this because I am right-handed. That. It needs to be tight, not too tight, but tight enough that it is held firmly in place. Let me see. This is kind of a. I have real estate enough on the blade so that I can put it down a bit further in the clamps, like that. Like so. I'll try to use my left hand so I don't block the camera view too much. Left hand is kind of useless, but I'll try just there. I'll just check that one. Yeah, that's tight enough. And then I'm gonna use a permanent marker to fill in the edge, just to find the angle. I find this is much quicker and just as easy as using. Actually, it's easier for me to use this method than to use the digital angle finder. I may show that some other time. So like that, and I do have 5 diamond stones here, or plates, but I will be using the finest one here. Just had some problem with the focusing today. I don't know why. Maybe it's the light. I will try to fix that. Just so, as I said, I will be using this very fine diamond plate just to find the angle. So it's just there to rub off the marker, so to say. I don't know if you can see it very well, but first of all I am using these. This helped me to see better from just to eyeball the angle, and that looks pretty good. So let me just test and see. That is pretty good, and I flip it around and try it on the other side. And then I'm gonna inspect. Let's see. I think I will adjust it just here, and I'll loosen this one, and I adjust with this one. So I want it to go just a tiny bit up. So let me see now. And there, this side. Yeah, that's nice. So now I will change it, and I will start with the coarsest blade, just to do this as quickly as possible, and also to get rid of the old kind of tired edge that is on there, because there is it is quite dull at the moment. So I'm gonna do just go back and forth and be very careful at the tip, so I don't run this stone over and tip it sideways. That way you can round off the tip very easily. But stop when the tip is still about halfway on the diamond plate. Right now, after a few passes, I flip it around and I do the same thing here. I don't feel for a burr yet. I just take off the old edge and I set up a new edge. Back and forth a few times. I am going back and forth a little bit, and I'm doing an extra bit on the tip here because I can see it needs a bit of extra work right on the tip there. So I will be going back and forth a little bit, but I also will work on that tip a little bit extra. Here. So it's time to start. Let me just adjust this a tiny bit. Get in the center. It's time to start to feel for a burr and just to check that I'm done with the core stone. Like that. Flip it around and I feel I can feel a burr. So I'm gonna go this way. Flip it again. I'm gonna feel that burr again. It's fine. And then I'm going to do some light passes just to try to get rid of some of that burr before I go to the next grit progression. Let me see. I have to be careful about the tip, as I just explained. Like that. Then I'm gonna flip, or I'm gonna switch to the coarse diamond plate. And I'm gonna work a little bit on each side with this to get rid of the coarse grind marks. Doesn't take nearly as long on this. Next, it's just the coarsest one is where you do all the work on those. Next ones, it's just about refining the edge and removing the scratch mark from the previous diamond plate. That, and I'll go back and forth just a few times and I'll be ready for the next plate, which is the medium. And the coarse, by the way, is a 220 grit. The extra coarse was a 150. Now I'm just that, and then I'll change to the medium, which is a 400 grit. And you can also hear that as I go up in grits, you can hear it smoother and smoother on the edge. It's quite nice to see the coarser grind marks just vanishing, and every stone leaving a new and more refined edge. And that sound, by the way, is just that I'm hitting right here on the plunge grind. It's nothing that I'm really worried about. This is a user knife, and I can hardly see it, but if it gets a scratch on the plunge line or the plunge grind here, it doesn't really matter. But you can see here now it's starting to get more and more reflective, the edge. It won't be a mirror edge, but it will be somewhat reflective when I'm through with the finest one, which is 1000 grit. And then I'm gonna change again from the medium to the fine, which you can see here is a 600 grit. You can also hear how much finer it is than the last one. Oops, I need to set the stopper on the back here. I can come back to this in detail on another video. It's just a stop that will stop the stone from, or the plate from, running off the edge like that. Now it stops here. But I'm still just going back and forth. You can see the edge getting smoother and smoother. And you can also hear it. And with diamond stones, they are working quite fast, so the finer grit stones remove the scratch pattern from the previous stone pretty fast. And I am ready to go to the finest stone, as I said, which is 1000 grit. And this is the last stone before stropping. I always drop at the end just to get rid of the last tiny bit of burr that might be left on the edge, and also to get, it is also very nice to see close to a mirror edge. I don't think it's have any practical use, but it does look kind of satisfying after a nice sharpening to see a shiny edge. I like that. So just back and forth a bit. Flip it over. I think we are ready for stropping. So there we go, quick and easy. Just gonna loosen the clamps. that. Last bit there. I can put this over here. It's time to bring out the strap. I just put on some new diamond paste. I don't. It needs kind of to be used a little bit, the strap, to break it in, but so it gets better after a few stroppings. It's just like this is brand new and it doesn't quite feel as good as it does after, let's say, 5 or 10 knives. But go through. This is 1 micron diamond paste. It is perhaps a little bit too much on, but I don't do that very often. I don't put on new paste more than, I don't know, a couple of times a year or something. Depends on how much I use the strap. I have several that I use. This is the one with the hardest leather on it, so I can push down pretty hard and it won't round off the edge. As you can see, I have changed to the 3 micron side, which also I just put new paste on this side too. And just wiping that off, since I just like to try with this one. This is also 1 micron, but the leather is a little bit softer. Like that. And then, let's see, let's get some paper. And let's see where we're at. Ah, yeah, it's... try it on to feel if there is any wire edge or burr left. It's silky smooth. And you can also hear that on the paper. You see, no, it doesn't catch anywhere along the blade. That means we have gotten rid of all the burr. The whole edge is now clean. Let's zoom in and take a look, see if I can get a nice look on the edge. It needs a bit of cleanup, but it is, I think it's quite reflective. It's not a mirror edge, but it's a nice, even, somewhat reflective edge. So there it is, my absolute favorite EDC fixed blade. So that's it for now, and thank you very much. Leave a comment please, and if you have any questions. And I think I'll get back to this TSPROF Blitz Pro sharpener at a later date to show off all the details and all the features. But for now, thank you very much for watching.